It's Sunday morning. You're already dreading going to work the next day. You can't stand your job, your boss, or your coworkers. You feel this way every day. Maybe it's just one of the three you can't stand. But it never used to be like that. The problem is real, and it is deep. You're tired of being stuck in a rut and wish there were some way to change. In our time of dying, we won't think about the jobs we had, but we will think about the times we missed out on our children's school events, the intimacy we lost from being too exhausted from work, and the life we forgot to live as our jobs drained our energy each day. On the other hand, we have responsibilities. Our family needs to be fed, clothed, and sheltered. Bills must be paid. So how do you know it's time for change? A change so drastic it involves quitting your job. Let's weigh out the answer by looking at a few signs that might indicate it is time to quit your job. The more signs you identify with, the more likely it's time for a change. 1. You are miserable. It's not that you're unhappy. You're miserable. There rarely is a day at work that you enjoy. You've tried self-help. You read the books and peruse motivational quotes. You even posted some quotes online to convince yourself everything will be okay. But now you see how fake that stuff is, and you can no longer convince yourself better days are ahead or things will change for the better. You may have even felt a surge of satisfaction when you woke up sick because you was called out of work with a good conscience. You even engaged in introspection to figure out what was wrong. But you concluded all is well with your marriage, family, and friendships. You have bills, but no more than most people, and you're still able to save money and splurge on vacations. It's the job that's tearing you apart, and you know it. The work is drudgery. Your coworkers are insecure clique mongers, but you wouldn't want to get into their petty little group anyway. Gossiping is not your scene, and your boss doesn't care if you live or die. As long as your work gets done, you know it's time for a change. 2. You suffer Sunday sorrow. At some point on Sunday, maybe at dinner, maybe a few hours earlier, you go dark. Your mood slips into a depression, and you become quiet. Your spouse asks what's bothering you, but you say you're just tired. The truth is, you are dreading going to work the next day. But the pattern repeats itself each week, robbing you of much of your Sundays. Nothing exhausts the human body like dread. If you could chart your mood throughout the week on a line graph, it might look like this. Monday is your lowest point on the graph. Tuesday is not much better. Then on Wednesday, you see the end of the week on the horizon, which lifts your mood a bit. On Thursday, you feel a tinge of excitement, and maybe you hum Loverboy's Working for the weekend. On Friday, you're probably back to yourself. At the least, Friday represents your highest point on the graph. Follow the chart each week and see the pattern. Low to high, down to up, every single week. 3. Your attitude has declined after you were hired. Were you excited about the new opportunity and the doors it would open? Did you talk about it over dinner and on weekends with enthusiasm? Have those dinner stories evolved into laments about the people you work with or complaints about the job itself? Have you fallen out of sync with some of your company's core values? Like a broken relationship, we tend to lose the love and feeling we once had for our job due to a series of unresolved negative incidents. That series of incidents can include things like changes in management, being overlooked for a promotion, or being denied a well-deserved pay raise. Add to those situations other pesky, unresolved things over time, it's easy to see how one's love for work can run cold. 4. You're not challenged. You're not just bored. You're beyond bored. If you're not challenged, you're going to get bored. When you're bored, you're not productive. And when you're not productive, it hurts yourself. If you're not challenged, you need to find a job that will enable you to regain yourself. For some, that means a job that will let them use their creativity. For the adventurous type, it means a job that pushes them past their limits. You no longer don't fit in. Workplace environments and corporate cultures can change over time as employees leave or retire and a new generation enters. One thing is for sure, the good old days never return. If you feel out of place or encounter frequent clashes with your coworkers or management, try to analyze how things got so bad. Look at how things were this time last year, 5 years ago. And when you started, a toxic work environment is detrimental to your mental health. There's no good outcome. When things are so bad you can't stand to look at your coworkers, you reach the point of no return. 6. You're ready for a change. It's neither good nor bad. As much as I hate to use the buzz phrase, it is what it is. People change, seasons change, and you'll change. Nothing stays the same. And you know what? It's okay. Sometimes you have to look back, know you fought the good fight, and move on. You only get so many days in this life. You have only so many children and grandchildren. As important as it is, work should not rule the quality of our lives. When it's time to change, make a plan. Get your finances in order and do what you got to do. If you're experiencing any of these signs, it might be time to quit, especially if you relate to several of these scenarios. Don't just rely on these signs. Use our talk as a starting point. It may be time to go, but for reasons not even close to what we have mentioned. But before you quit, do some introspection. You don't want to make a life-altering decision based on a misunderstanding. Seek advice.
This has been a presentation of Rockstar PR. Please be sure to carefully weigh all options before leaving your job, including securing other work opportunities. Reading another video about how to quit your job when you cannot find other work. Stay with us. Visit us at rockstarpr.me.